So what is this? I was like, what the heck was... The postman came, rang my bell, and then he was standing 1.5 meters away from the door, of course. And then this was standing there on the curb. I was like, thanks. Not sure what it is, but I don't reckon I ordered something like this. It's rather heavy. And it looks like something that is... I don't know, the thing looks impressive. Like, what the fuck is this? But then... I see the person that sent it is something I almost forgot already that he would send me something. This is from Amcor. And this is some very professional looking packaging. Like custom thingy. Jesus. And it is hefty as well. He said he would send me a sample. So I'm pretty curious about what kind of sample this is. It weighs... Don't I have a normal scissor somewhere? Let me find some. Yeah, Poes. Okjes. Trying to get Poes to eat some normal cat food instead of the cans, because it becomes really expensive and she eats only half of it. Damn, this is really nice. I really have to thank him. Soft temper aluminium condenser foil. Wow. It's our beloved 4 micron. The foil that no one seems to be able to find somewhere, including me. So I'm really grateful he sent me a sample. The width is also stated here, so it is 30 centimeters wide, which is perfect. That's really awesome. True ribbons, darling. Hopefully, at least. I mean, never worked with the material. Maybe it's almost impossible to work with it. Well, I will find a use for it. So it is stapled. I know, Bruce, you want something else to eat. So this is how they package stuff for the professionals, I can imagine, if they order something from them. This is some decent packaging. This is not wrapped in old papers like I do or some other people do, like Free Flight Supplies. It's always funny, if I order some Mylar from them, I get a old newspaper from England, so I have something to read as well. Oh man, I'm still... Let me, 1 second. Wow. Another layer. Push, wow. So here's a carton stopper, and then there's the actual roll. A sample. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I don't want to damage it. I know, since this stuff is used in making capacitors This might be a sample roll for them. But this is 4 micron thick foil. This is gonna be, I don't know, hundreds of meters. I'm pretty sure. So this edge is really, you have to take care of this edge. If this edge is fucked, like knurled, or if you like stab it here, then your whole roll is fucked. You cannot, almost impossible to unroll it. So does it have an iron core? Yes. So this is not cheap. This is like pro. They're not fucking around with carbon inner cores. This is metal. So it's it's on a metal core, or maybe aluminium. I don't know, but it looks. Let me check that. Not really important, but it's steel core. I don't want to fuck it up. I mean, it's hard to get. Wow, let me get some. I need something underneath here because I don't want to screw up this foil. I know I have a lot, but if I fuck up the sides, the whole roll is screwed. Since this is so hard to get, and he was willing to send me a sample, which is huge, free of charge, because of the channel, and he likes good sound as well. So that is really, I never expected this. So Amcor, really a big thanks. This enables me to try a lot of new crap I couldn't do before. So I hope it's not too much fucked up at the top and bottom, but I think we'll be okay. Ooh, it's so thin. If you want to get rid of the tape, you rip the foil underneath it. It just rips it instantly. Yeah, you see, it doesn't unroll nicely on the outer edge, and that's because there are some wrinkles there. Ooh. This can turn into a nightmare real quick. You know this from cheap this plastic cling film, that if this outer edge is not rolling along, you will screw up the whole roll. So I definitely don't want to screw up this roll. And as you can see, there's still a part on here because it was like squished a little bit. Even with this good packaging, it got squished. Might be because, well, it might be a sample roll because of this, I don't know, but anyhow, I need to kind of think of a method to unroll it evenly. So they are aware of this is absolutely not what you want. I might got unlucky, maybe it bounced around, but that's the reason why they package it so well, because if this happens and you put this roll on a machine, it's not gonna unroll at all. It's just gonna tear up and be completely wasted. That's what I think. So that's why they take all the extra care in the packaging. Too bad this roll does have this problem. It doesn't mean it's not useful, this part, but as you can see, it becomes smaller and smaller, and then half of the crap is still on the roll. So what I think, the metal core in this case is smaller than the roll itself, which is not ideal. Ideally you would have the iron core to be larger than the roll it's carrying, so you don't have this, so it's not standing on the edge of the foil, which happens right now. So after some fiddling, you can see it becomes neater and neater. So if I roll off a piece, and I see it will grab on the edges, like here. I clean it up and then proceed. So that's looks wasteful, and I even saved some of the material because I'm well, I don't want it to run out. But I did a quick calculation on how many foil is on this core, and I didn't take into account like an air layer in between the layers of foil, but my rough estimate, like 800 to sort of 1,000 meters on here. Maybe less, maybe 750, but still 750 meters of foil. I make ribbons that are like maybe 1 meter long and it is 30 centimeter wide. So that's quite a big sample. I didn't expect that at all. I thought I would get a few meters, and when I run out it's like game over, because there's no way I can get rather smallish amounts, because this is bulk. This for them is a sample roll, which is, yeah, well, as I said, quite long. For my purposes it's insanely long, and for them this is like peanuts. This is a leftover probably. But yeah, so the edge is indeed rolled over a little bit, so it screws up the unrolling. But when I get a little bit deeper into the foil, it becomes better and better. I hardly had any. So there's a rib. There's a rib, and here's a rib. And here a tiny neck. But I maybe wasted like 20 meters of foil, maybe not even. No, less, far less, maybe 10. So if I progress doing this, but I will quit doing this right now, it becomes better and better. And yeah. So I have to keep this roll safe, and I'm not gonna put it on its ends to prevent. Oh, sorry. There's the. I'm not gonna put it away on its outer edges as the way it was shipped. Although it did have foam, it was not enough. It still got hurt a little bit. So I'll keep it like horizontal, I think, somewhere at a safe location, so I don't fuck it up. Once more, I want to thank Amcor for supplying this sample to me, free of any charge. So really, it's really awesome. Thank you a lot. I know that the people that watch my channel are also not into the market of buying miles and miles and miles and miles of foil, so there is not even a benefit for them giving me this sample. So I really, well, thank you a lot. I mean, it's not gonna create business for you, I think, in terms of selling a lot of foil. So I'm sorry for that, but thanks once more for all the effort you put in to send me this roll anyways, because you could have said, no, it's not useful for us. As this answer I received many times, so thank God someone was friendly enough to send me a roll. So yeah, I cut a tiny piece off in the form of a ribbon to see what it does weight-wise. I'll grab it one moment. So this is 4 micron. People saying that Magnepan uses 2 microns. Well, it's hard to believe for me, because I got some 1 micron foil as well, like the silver fake leaf, which is aluminium. That's 1 micron, and it breaks when you look at it. So 2 micron, although it's twice as thick, I can't imagine it is, strong enough to handle. I mean, this is like really nothing already, and this is 4 micron. So here we got a ribbon I just made for, even a ribbon. It's around 1 centimeter, I think, wide, and it's a bit. Well, this one is not usable anymore because I put it in a cup, As you can see, it's screwed up rather fast. But anyhow, so let's zero this with the cup on there. 0 gram, let's put this in. So around 0.08 grams. 0.0, yeah. That's, you know, it's 1 meter of ribbon. Doesn't look like it, but it is. So, yeah, that's quite light. I'm really looking forward to trying it. Let's see what the resistance is. So this is still gonna be rather low impedance. .1 ohm. So that's rather low. So yeah, they should be a little bit longer. And maybe less wide. I'm not sure how wide the ribbon is from a magnet pen. I think rather small. So let's see, what's the size here? So it's 7. I'll calculate one, so I have a sort of a reference what kind of resistance I actually end up with the same dimensions as this one. By the way, what is funny is actually that this stuff comes, well, not on, exactly on my birthday, since my birthday is tomorrow, Friday, but it feels like a present. I got some cards already, because, well, it's hard to plan that post comes on the exact day you want, so I'll see this as a birthday present. One thing, I looked up the width of a magnet pen MG, what is it, a 2.7 or something? Ah well, the one with a true ribbon. And apparently it is 4 millimeter wide. And they used 3.8-ish micron. So this is 4 micron. This is actually the material they use. If you calculate a 55-inch ribbon, it will be like 1 meter 20, and it's corrugated, of course, so it's actually maybe almost 1.5 meters. And then it corresponds to the same resistance as this stuff is. So I think they use this, at least in that model. Maybe they have thinner foil in other models, I don't know. Maybe in the smaller ribbon versions. But this will be a ribbon, if you would do the 55-inch corrugated, it would be like almost 3 ohms, 4 millimeter wide. So yeah, but you could use a smaller one and use a resistor. Not sure what the output will be. It depends on the magnet structure, of course, what kind of magnet you use, if you use neodymium or not. I looked up once more. I have used this material once. You know, it's for like shelvings and such. You could have like a 4 millimeter wide ribbon riding in here and 5 millimeter neodymium magnets on both sides, and you would get a magnetic force twice as big as I would if I would use like the big ferrite magnets, the really huge ones. Mostly because if the gap is really small, neodymium pays out. If the gap is bigger, then the cheap big ferrite ones pays out. So doing the same ribbon with neodymiums and using this metal bar would be like only €2 more expensive or something, or €4 in total for 2 big ass ribbons. But to 6 dB louder almost. So depending on what you're gonna build, neodymium is nice. Sometimes ferrite is a better option. You could use ferrite for this as well. You probably don't need the 5 dB extra output. But the only reason why I looked it up is, what if you use a small bar, then the impedance will be so low, it's not nice to drive. So if you add a resistor, then half the power, for instance, if you use a resistor with the same impedance or resistance as the impedance is, half of the power will go into the resistor. So you will lose 6 dB, 3 dB. Then the magnet force will matter, because if it's strong enough, you can still have enough output with this resistor in place. If the field is not strong enough, well, you cannot add a resistor, because then the output would be too low. Well, anyhow, this would be a nice thing to try with this ribbon, although this is too small maybe, because the resistance will be really low. Like under, 1 ohm or something. So yeah, this is the stuff MagnaPen uses, at least in the 2.7R, I believe. Is that even a thing? MG 2.7. They use this material, and I got a big fat ass roll of it, so I'm really pleased with that. So that's a good start of almost my birthday. I pretend it is today, or I'll get it out of the package tomorrow then. See ya, bye bye.